Okay, welcome back, guys. One final note about barrel roll healing is it's a definite useful skill to have, but you only want to use it whenever missiles are coming at you and you want to dodge them, and you actually have lost HP here. The thing that was funny when I learned barrel roll healing is that all these Zim gears were mentioning it and showing it off as such an awesome skill that I just did it all the time, even though you don't have to. That just wastes SP. Just heal yourself whenever you need to. I bet you're just thinking I'm dumb right now. Anyway, the next thing I want to talk about is healing formation members, because reverse view healing is actually still important. To heal a formation member, you just bring up your reticle, and as I mentioned in another video, you just float it over to your formation member and then just use it. Well, I guess you're noticing something here. The window's to the left and I'm turning to the left. That's actually very annoying. We do not want that. So to stop that, you press R for reverse view and then heal formation member. And you can do this real fast. You bring up your reticle, R for reverse view, heal. Reticle, reverse view, heal. You know, something like that. And so you can heal formation members while you're fighting very quickly. So if you're fighting on a target, you won't fly away from them. Or even better, if you're in a confined space like the arena, you won't crash into walls like I did when I was a 5X M gear. That was really dumb. Okay, moving on, let's talk about actual flying. There's a fundamental but very important skill which every gear uses called feathering. If you look over here, you can see that I have a booster meter surrounding my HP and shields, and you can notice that as I'm using my afterburner boost, it's gradually going down. Well, with this encounter 1 I have, my boost lasts anywhere from 14 to 16 seconds. Some gears, like I gears, it lasts only 8 or 9 seconds or something like that. And so feathering is an absolute important skill for them or any gear to use because it makes your boost meter last longer. What you do is first you build up to speed, close to your max speed. Once you get close, you then start tapping your spacebar, as so. You just keep tapping it, and you'll notice that I'm going around 370 to 380. So you're not going to go your max speed as you would by fully pressing down the button. However, you're saving quite a bit of boost time by doing feathering. And I will say this right now, I'm probably doing this feathering really badly. I rarely feather because I'm mostly doing a reverse engine, so it's definitely a skill I need to work on. But anyway, that's how basic feathering works. You use it so you can keep up your boost meter, because even as an M gear, sure, you're the slowest gear, but you need that speed, and if you have no boost, you're honestly a sitting duck. So when you do feathering, a great way to practice is that you need an even tap. And you can just think of a techno song with like a heavy beat, you know, some, you know, like, oh, look at me do that feathering so horribly. Oh man, come on, let me get my on, okay. Hope Star Runner sucks. Okay, moving on, the next thing I like to talk about really quickly is Hack's feathering, which is the next step up. It's honestly an advanced skill. It's pretty easy to do, but very difficult to master. It's mainly used by B gears and I gears, but I'll just illustrate it here just so you can at least know what it is, because as you can probably guess, I am terrible at it. What Hack's feathering does is you fly your plane at an interesting angle to the ground, and the deal excuse me, it's winter time. The deal about flying at towards the ground or away from the ground is that your speed increases or decreases over your compared to your maximum when you do it. Like you can see my speed going 420, 430 when flying down. It decreases to 340 when going up. Well, what you do with Hack's feathering is you fly at an interesting angle, but you keep your plane level compared to the ground, and therefore you somehow trick the game engine majigger thingy to thinking that you're going down, and thus you gain extra speed while feathering. Just to note really quickly, the speed you saw me going at was typically 370, 380 when I was doing some good feathering. So you'll definitely notice a difference when I do Hack's feathering. So I'm basing this on a video I saw by Crash the Gray, who is, much more of a master at Hack's feathering than I am. But basically, to do Hack's feathering, what you need to do is go to your options menu with F9 and ensure your toggle advanced flight control majigger is unchecked. Basically, advanced flight control is not advanced. It should actually be named toggle noob flight control or toggle useless flight control or something like that. Like, it's only useful if you're a B gear doing the wall, and that's it. What advanced flight control does, and I'll just illustrate it here real quick, is that it reorients your plane parallel to the horizontal plane, i.e. the ground, whenever you're flying up and stuff. So when I try to fly up and do a loop-de-loop upside down, it just keeps reorienting my plane. It doesn't let me do it. That's what advanced flight control does. It just tries to keep your plane level compared to the ground so you don't get confused. Something like this can be useful on a space map. Without advanced flight control, however, I can totally do upside down loop-de-loop thingies with little to no problem, as you can see. Like, it did turn me a bit. Even with advanced flight control off, you'll still kind of turn a bit, but as you can tell, it's nowhere near as bad. I'm actually doing a much more level loop-de-loop. So anyway, let me demonstrate Hack's feathering. What you do is you angle yourself to the ground in a weird way, so you look flat to it when you're doing a strafe key opposite to the ground. For example, if I do this and my strafe key's like this, I look flat towards the ground, except I'm strafing to the left. Like, I'm not doing it perfectly, but that's the principle. You build up your speed like normal, and then you tap like feathering, and then you can spin your mouse around like this, and what that does is it prevents your plane from reorienting itself automatically. Like, if I stop doing that and just feather like normal, well, actually it's not doing it. Anyhow, probably should have practiced this video before filming. Okay, here we go. When I stop doing it, it'll slowly try and reorient my gear. As you can see, it's kind of slowly jerking me back until eventually when I do left strafe, I'm now doing a normal left strafe. I'm not doing some weird, strafe that's like parallel to the ground or some crap. But as you can see, my speed goes up to 390 to 400 while Hack's feathering. Not a huge improvement, but definitely a great improvement, especially with how slow the M gear is. It's great to use when you're running away and those sorts of things. Where was I? What was I trying to explain? Oh yeah, I should probably better explain how to start a Hack's feather. Well, what you do is you point your belly of your plane horizontally, like my belly is facing horizontal and I'm flying up. You can point it, like backwards or forwards. Anyhow, once you're doing that and you're pointing up, you then turn your plane 90 degrees, and then you're able to start Hack's feathering. Although that wasn't done very well, as you can see. So let me try it again. And then you strafe opposite to the ground. This is not a perfect Hack's feather, but it's kind of close. And then you just start doing it. So that's how you Hack's feather. It's a skill mainly used by B gears and I gears, as I mentioned earlier, and you won't really use it as an M gear because you're always doing reverse engine. But if you are traveling and you want to learn a nifty skill, or if you want to learn to run away better, especially with a mega fast speed engine for the M gear like the MX engine or the level 86 engine, Hack's feathering is something for you. So that's another piloting skill you can do. In the final video I got for flying stuff, I'm going to talk about reverse engine and how to use it. I'll see you then.